Yeah, the audio is okay.
Fantastic.
So we'll start with the definition and all of that, and we'll just ease into the conversation. Can you
Definition
hear
of
me?
what?
Can you hear me?
You said we'll start with the definition of something. I didn't get that.
Customer retention.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, you should clap your hands because the education is going to be beautiful and you're going to learn at least a new thing right here on Office Journal on Smooth 98.1. You are welcome to Smooth 98.1, and Office Journal is the name of the show you'll listen to every Tuesday from 11 a.m. till 11:50, where we attempt to educate you about one thing or the other, touching your career, touching your personal development, your habit, your etiquette, and everything really that can help you be better and, at the end of the day, earn better and maybe increase your relationship with your network. So this morning we are talking about the art of customer retention. It's one thing for you to get the customers, it's another for you to retain them. In fact, according to Forbes, they said it takes 5 to 20 times the amount of resources for businesses to obtain a new customer than to retain an existing one. And still, according to them, they said customer retention often gets ignored in favor of plans that are geared solely towards getting new customers, as if that is not all. They said that returning customers tend to spend 67% more compared to the first-time customers. And that tells you they are your gold. You should be mining them and you should be taking care of them. In that case, maybe they are kings and queens. But how do you retain your customer? That's what we'll be discussing this morning and more on Office Journal. Like I mentioned before, you can be a part of the conversation, as always, by sending your messages or asking your questions on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is 0809-444-0981. And we are streaming live on YouTube, youtube.com/smooth 91 FM Lagos. The call line is available as well. That is 014489981. That said, let's get down to business. And my guest, I am very grateful to have her presence this morning because through thick and thin, braving the odds despite the tight schedule, she's joining me virtually. She is a customer experience consultant as well as a customer service trainer. I remember the last time she was on the show, it was so good she needed to come back. I mean, she is not JJ, but it had to be spelled twice. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder of Customer Experience HQ, and that is Temitope Bamidele, CEA. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your virtual presence. All right, so saving the time. Okay, saving the time. Let's get down to the business. Now, according to Wikipedia,
Awesome.
they said that customer retention has to do with the ability of a company or a product to retain the customers over some specified period. But I'm curious, in your experience, do you think there is more to that, or what exactly is customer retention in your words?
Okay, so in my words, customer retention is keeping the customer returning, referring, and recommending. So like what is the statement you shared from Wikipedia? It's keeping the customer and over a period of time. But I'll say from experience, sometimes customers can really, should I say, outgrow a brand or a product in particular. But if you successfully turn them to your loyal ambassadors, people who have bought into your brand, they can still refer the brand to other people. For instance, when I was pregnant, I had a very amazing experience buying from a brand that sells products for pregnant moms and newborn babies. Now, I may have passed that period now because, of course, I've put to bed and all of that. But I can always refer this brand to other people. Always talk about them so much that I get other people buying from them. So what they have done is that they've won me for life, so to say now. So So it's not really just for that period. So that's why I love to use those 3 R's. First, you get them returning. The customer buys once and then they come back and they come back again and again. Every business needs repeat customers. Customers need to keep coming to your business. And then you need them referring your brand, referring your product to other people and recommending that, yes, all the time I can say boldly that I've used this product or I've used this brand, I've worked with them before, or I've bought from them, and I can certify that whatever promise they say to you, that is what they will deliver, or even beyond your expectation. So for me, I would say customer retention is not only from the angle of returning to the business, but bringing in other people into the business.
I just knew you were going to add a little extra, and I do like that formula. You have returning, referring, and recommending. That is so lovely. Okay, so for a business owner who is listening, I hope you're taking down notes. Now let's go for that and talk about how you can even convert, because sometimes you maybe run ads and you have people who are making a contact with your product or your service for the first time. Now they are curious and they are making inquiries. What are the things that make sure a person stays while they or purchase your product or get your service as a result of that first contact? How do you convert inquiring customers to paying customers?
Okay, fantastic. And I really like that. That's where we're starting from, because you need to first attract and win the customers before you even talk about retaining them. Okay, so the very first thing you want to do is quick response. So this is someone who is contacting you most often for the first time, even if they were referred to you from another person, someone told them about you, and now they're coming to your business. It's still their first direct experience with you. Quick response is very vital, especially in this time and age where we have 70 or maybe even 90% of transactions online or purchases made online. It means that while I am checking out your Instagram page, maybe I'm checking 10 other pages at the same time, or even if I'm not checking out that page at that time, maybe I then see one reel or one comedian making very fantastic content, and then I get carried away for that. So, but when I send a message and you get quick response, it helps to capture the customer's attention, and also their buying will. So I really want to buy now. If I am attended to immediately, I most likely will not change my mind. But if maybe I send you a message and 3 days after is when you are talking to me, something else has taken that money from me. Maybe it has gone to my child's school fees or something like that. So as a business, you want to make sure that your customer touch points are active all the time. So someone would ask, oh, well, should I now sleep in my DM all the time or in my WhatsApp all the time? Well, if you are a solopreneur, that is, you don't have a team yet, you only run your business by yourself. What I have found to work is to have a schedule. So at this time of the day, or this number of times every day, I check our Instagram DM, I check our WhatsApp, or I check our website, because you need to get to work. You need to do other things. If you are maybe a fashion designer, of course, you need to go to the market to get raw materials and all of that. But don't leave that your customer touch point. I call them the gates of your business. Leave it open. Make sure that when people come in and they request for your products, you respond to them immediately. Another thing that can help is if you have a team, delegate someone on your team that this is their role to stay close to your touch point, especially if you are not a startup, so to say, you already have a customer database or you already have predictable traffic of customers coming into your business. So you should know that at least in a day, we should get maybe 20 to 30 inquiries. Then you want to make sure that you are responding to them as soon as possible. The last that would work for other quick response is that you can also automate, make use of automations, especially with Instagram. There are autoresponders that helps you to even welcome the customers before you yourself come in. So as soon as they're saying good afternoon, maybe you've set it up such that you say, oh, good afternoon, welcome to Smooth FM or welcome to Customer Experience HQ. Do you want this? Do you want that? Make use of all of these tools. They are available. Create what we call frequently asked questions. What do customers ask? What would they ask when they are making inquiries? They ask for prices, do they ask for colors? Just have them ready so that when people are responding, you copy from somewhere and you paste. You don't have to copy from scratch all the time. You don't have to write from scratch all the time. So quick response is the very first one. Number two is that when you are getting inquiries from customers this way, you want to make sure that you understand their needs. Don't be in a hurry to just get the sale. Okay, you want a dress, yellow. Okay, fine. This is their account details. Pay into it, and that's it. And later down the line, you find out that they didn't mean yellow, yellow. Maybe it was purple yellow. Purple yellow is different from ice cream yellow. You know, there are so many shades of yellow, but because you didn't take the time, you take the time to ask questions, ask quality questions that helps you to get them talking so that you understand what they need in detail. And sometimes you will even learn from listening, from active listening, that maybe you can't even meet that need at that time. But if you rush through the process, oh, good afternoon, welcome. Oh, so what can we do? This is our candidate. Just pay, or go to our Instagram there, or go to the link and buy. Just go another, or go to that girl. She will attend to you the next door. You don't take time to listen to them. They'll feel like you're rushing through. They don't get that chance to interact with you. Now, I understand, oh, I have a business. Will I wait and talk to every customer? Well, you find a way to balance things, listen to them actively, understand their needs, and then you'll be able to meet them. Then one mistake you should never make is to not close the sale. You know, it's an inquiry. Make sure that you move from inquiry to saying, yes, I am ready to pay. If you see that the customer is stalling, then encourage them. Are you ready to place your order now? If you order today, you will deliver it in 24 hours. So it means that you get it before you need it. You know, just make sure that you get them to commit and say, yes, I'm ready to order before they move on to something else. And then you can now talk about payment details and share the details with them. And also remember to always state it back to the customer. So you are paying for, then state it. 2 pieces of so, 3 pieces of this. The total is this amount. Then delivery fee is this amount. Kindly confirm. Make sure that you have that record so that later on, if there is ever any issue, you can always refer to that. Oh, I had confirmed this and you said that was it. And if there was any error, you can correct that. And then you can always follow up with a customer that you have. I know that one of the common issues the business owners will tell you now is that what if customers just ghost you? They make inquiries and we answer them and then they stop speaking to us. What should we do? Well, you can't control customers' attitude, but you can control how you respond. So people who are responding to you, make sure that you make the best and you're able to close them and turn them to customers with you. And people who are not, follow up as long as it's not looking like desperation. And if they stop responding, tell them, oh, this is the last time I'll reach out to you. Please let us know when you're ready to make a purchase. And that's it.
Thank you so much.
That answers the question.
Thoroughly, as clear as day. Thank you so much for that. Now, I'll give the chance to someone who has put down a lot of things on their note to look at it. And then when we come back, we'll add more to whatever it is that you're writing. This is Office Journal right here on Smooth 98.1. And you're listening to Smooth 98.1. That was very thorough. Thank you.
Yes. I hope the sound is still okay.
Yeah, the sound is okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the sound is okay. So when we come back, I would like to touch on something which is, it came up as a result of your explanation when you are making quick responses or giving quick responses. Now, there is a debatable topic of should you include your prices when you are putting your stuff on Instagram. I'm thinking, duh, if you're going to shop on a website, you see it right there. But there are some people who have come up with some interesting excuses like, oh, we give the room for bargaining or whatever. So because of that, we don't want to show people up or make them feel whatever lame excuses. So we just touch a bit on that. And we then go, which will segue into why you have people not converting. I mean, there are a number of reasons why somebody would want to buy from you and all of a sudden they're not buying from you again. I think you've touched on it while you were explaining how to convert from inquiry to paying, but just to maybe for the highlight, if there were any other ones that we missed. So we start with, should you include your price? Or you should be in the team DM for price gang.
DM for price.
I hate that thing.
Okay, then. I do too.
So when we're done with that, we move on to things that businesses are doing wrong that can make them lose potential customers.
Tunnel.
Okay,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Population and potential. Let's talk about gender bias, relationships, and careers. Let's talk about the woman.
For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights.
Every woman has got a story to tell, a story about her journey to being a she-woman against all odds.
I was just 11 years old. I became a female advocate.
98.1% Soul Sisters, a discourse on the world. Now on Smooth 98.1 every Wednesday from 11 a.m.
Smooth is the smooth voice of people on the smoothest dial on international radio. Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life.
We are smooth with the music as well as the talk. We are your #1 adult contemporary radio station. We are your love music, love life station. And we are Smooth 98.1. 16 minutes past 11 o'clock. It's Office Journal that you're listening to. And we are discussing the art of customer retention. I have a customer experience consultant as well as customer service trainer as my guest. Her name is Temitope Bamidele. And before the break, if you're just joining us, you have missed out a lot, but don't worry. The YouTube video will be up for you in case you want to go back to it later on. But quickly, just some of the things that you missed out on. If you want to define customer retention, you must not omit 3 things: returning, referring, and recommending your customers. For you to say you're retaining your customers, yes, those inquiries. And part of the things that you can do is have a schedule if you're a solopreneur. And if you have people on your team, maybe you can assign somebody to the role the inquiry role where somebody's quickly responding to the messages. Then you can also automate your responses. And then when people are inquiring, just don't feel like you've totally understood them from the get-go. Try to understand their specific needs. In other words, personalize each customer delivery. And then you also get them to close the sales. Do not linger, at least look for a way to just, tell them to commit, and then you must also follow up. So this is me being very mindful of you and giving you a summary of some of the things you have missed out on if you are tuning in for the first time. Did I do a good job?
Yes, you did. I was clapping.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Now let's go further in the discussion and talk about some of those things. Oh no, before we get to some of those things that turn people off, which I believe is part of it anyways, there has been the debate of DM for price is good or DM for price is bad. What exactly is your take on it?
Okay. I don't know. So if at this point I should say it's bad or wrong, because I've heard quite a lot of arguments about it. Now, in my experience as a customer now, not even as a customer experience, as a customer for any other business, it's not good. There's something called ease of doing business, and it applies to customers to ease of accessing your business. We need to be able to access information that will help us make the decision to buy from you or not easily. Don't stress us. We want to spend money. You are stressing us. It means that when we eventually pay, you will stress us. So price is just basic information. Helps people to be able to make that decision. So if I have to first message you, and one thing you should realize is that sometimes that's code fit about, oh, what if I ask and it is above my budget? How will I now say it? Will I now say, oh, I don't have the money? And they will think, oh, I'm poor, so they will abuse me or something. But if I already see the price on your page or on your website or anywhere else, then I can say, oh, no, I don't have the budget for that. So maybe I save up towards it or I find an alternative. But if we have to first message you, and then one thing you don't know is that you're spending time answering that question of how much it is, time that you could have spent on, oh, I saw that item, it is this amount, I am ready to pay. Wait, first you offer good afternoon. How are you today? Have you eaten? Do you have this? I saw that you have it. How much it is? Rather, I just go straight to okay, good morning. I've seen this item, it is this amount. I would like to order 20 pieces. But then some people would say, oh, we sell exclusive items or luxury items. And so we can't say the price. We can't tell everybody the price. You have to come in to say it. Well, if it works for you, maybe. But if you do not sell exclusive items, I don't think you should not include your price where people can see it. Now, if you want people to be able to bargain, let them see the price. Then let them come in the DM and then bargain. So you will not agree whether you say, oh, what you saw is the flat rate. There is no bargaining. That is how much it is. Or you will not do that. But people who are ready to buy, don't give them that extra order that they will have to cross before they buy from you. So I would say don't do it.
Okay. Well, I hope that you have gotten that clearly. Thank you very much. If you have
You're
anything to say,
welcome.
you can always send it to our WhatsApp page, which is 0809 444 0981. That's the WhatsApp line. And if you'd like to call, 01448 9981 is the number to dial. Just remember to turn down the volume of your radio set. Cisco Delgado, good morning to you, Chief. He says, to be honest, if I am interested in any goods and the seller says DM for price, I will simply pass over the item, even if it's very cheap.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Calvin, thank you very much for your compliment. I appreciate it. Now, going on, I think that will be number one on the list of some of the things that can potentially discourage your customers. But if there were to be a list of some of the things that can discourage your potential customer from becoming your paying customer, what would it be?
Oh, okay, so we've talked about number one. I think one we should talk about, especially for online customers, would be you hiding your location. So there is always that the price tag for delivery. If I'm ordering something of 30,000 naira and considering where you are to where I am located, it's about 5,000. I'm already thinking, okay, what's up? But I would then think and decide if I still want to pay for it. But if I don't know your address, I don't even know where you are. When I've now paid, I've made the payments for the actual product, is when you now say, oh, actually, we are in Sokoto. So delivery to Lagos is 25,000. How should we do it? How should we start that conversation? So I also know that for some businesses, I get this from business owners, but what if I do business from my house? So I don't want people coming into my home. Can you have a pickup point, maybe a public location where people can see you, everybody can see you in case of for security purposes, and people just come and pick up. But we need to have an address to help us make that decision. So that's one thing. I won't spend so much time because we have a list, like you said, we should have a list. So that's first. Number two is when you profile customers based on how they look. And so you treat them that way. So if it is offline, you check, you ask your sales girl, like I've seen this firsthand, so I know that this happens a lot. You ask your sales girls to look outside and check the kind of card the customer brought. Is it this way or is that way? And then that is how you decide the price you tell them. That's what tells you, should you maybe escalate the price beyond what it is just because of them. That's not the actual price, but because of the kind of card they bring in. And online, you check out their page. How many followers do they have? Their lifestyle posts, are they showing that they are always spending money all the time, freaking all over Lagos? And then that helps you to know how you should attend to them. And so you are friendly, you respond quickly to them. But when you perceive that when you prosper the customers, they don't really have that much, then that affects her. It's wrong. Let me just say that plain. It's wickedness. It's not good. It's wrong in every way. And you can actually be making a mistake because sometimes people don't have any followers online. I have experienced this. They don't even have any followers online, but they don't even post. But they have the money and they need your service. So don't deny yourself of that. That's another. Next will be that when life happens, or should we say when business happens, and you can't respond to messages quickly, please apologize. I think it's just It's just etiquette. But we have a lot of business owners who don't do that at all. So your excuse is that, but they know we are a business. We have a lot of people reaching out to us. Well, to the customer, it's just them. Of course, they know that you have many customers, but this is me reaching out. Maybe I'm reaching out for something that I really need. So the time that you took to respond to my message before we start talking about it, that has already affected what I needed for. So apologize when you really have to respond late to customers. When you don't do that, it's set off. Even though it's the beginning of the conversation, they're already thinking, I hope all is well. Next, when we have decided we want to buy with you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
before you go next to that point, let's take another breather. And when we come back, we'll move on to the fourth
Okay.
point. You're listening to
All right,
Office
then.
Journal right here on Smooth 98.1. We'll be right back.
My name is IBK Spaceship Four.
We need to do a quick commercial break.
Oh, that's fine.
Thank you. You know what you mentioned, I actually would have probably thought really, I mean, I have heard of stories where people say, oh, they profile them based on the car, based on how they look. But one of the shocking ones I had recently, I wanted to get a dress for an event I was hosting.
Okay.
And in the list of information they needed to maybe make a decision in helping me access their service was, what's your IG handle? What is your business with my IG handle? Honestly, I would
Why
have,
do you want to know that?
prior to you saying this, I would have thought, okay, do people really, try to profile? But when that happened, I just pretended like I didn't see it. I was waiting for the person to ask me again, and I would give them a piece of my mind, like, what is your business with my IG handle? And it's one of the reasons I try not to, requests for a person's product via IG. I prefer to do WhatsApp. And the way my WhatsApp is, the way I set the profile or the settings, you will not see my name, you will not see my profile picture. I just prefer to remain anonymous, maybe until I have to give you my number to deliver it to me. Because I don't want anything. So what's your business with my IG handle? Why are you asking me for my IG handle? I told you my dress size. I gave you my measurement. What is your problem? I just thought.
Okay. Or maybe when you wear it and you post on your handle, they want to be able to copy the picture.
We don't have that agreement. If you ask me directly and say, hey, do you mind tagging
that? Don't do that. That's another conversation. That's an entire conversation. Business owners who feel they need to always get you to, they get your pictures or you tag them, they feel entitled to it. Like it's normal to do.
I'm thinking,
that's an entire conversation. No, that's wrong. Why would you need my IG handle? My size, my color, what my professor? That's fine.
Anyways, you shot the business and it was over.
Did they deliver? Okay.
Yeah, they did. They delivered well. That was good, at least. All right, we're back. Love music and love life. If you were streaming on YouTube, you probably would have heard the behind the scenes gist of an experience I had earlier in the week, I think. But hey, you were not streaming, so you're not going to get that gist again from me. You're listening to Office Journal right here on Smooth 98.1. We love music, we love life, and we love your growth and development. Importantly, we love your business, and we want you to retain your customers. That's why we were talking about the art of customer retention. And my guest is a customer experience consultant. She's joining me virtually. You can see her face as well as mine via YouTube, which is youtube.com/smooth91 FM Lagos. Before the break, she was telling us about some of those things you might be doing as a business owner or a service provider that will make people just change their mind about patronizing you. There is the part where you are saying DM for price because it now constitutes a barrier, a bottleneck in the ease of accessing your services. And there is a part where if you're hiding your location, it might just make your customer develop cold feet. Also, if you are profiling your customers based on their look or the number of followers or their page, you might be doing yourself a disservice. And the last one before the breather was learn to apologize in the cases of delay, because earlier she mentioned that quick response is very vital if you're going to get your customer favorably disposed towards you. All right, so going further.
Okay. All right. So we talked about when we have now bought from you. I think that was the next thing I was going to say. So let's say it's a service that will take time, or maybe a product that you need to deliver. Not giving customers updates, constantly communicating with customers is actually a red flag. It's a turn off and a red flag. So you have a lot of people who have been scammed online before. They've had a very unpleasant experience. And so they don't want to take chances at all. When they order, they would like to know, is it on the way? Have you prepared it? If it's food, has it left your restaurant? Is it on the way? Have you packaged it? Is it this way already? Constantly communicate with customers. Now, we have a lot of customers. I have girls, like I hear from some business. So my girls are always busy. They're attending to 10 customers at the same time. Do you now want them to start telling each customer updates? Yes, please. If your business is precious to you. Because a customer who is thinking, oh, it should arrive in about maybe 2 hours, and they don't hear from you, then they start being anxious, and then they have to reach out to you and ask what's going on. And the next thing, if you are not giving them the response they want, they're already anxious and you're saying, oh, but it's on the way. That's when they say, oh, you're a scammer. That's why they are not patient. So you can prevent all of this from happening. Just communicate with us. Oh, so we are packing your order now. Okay, so the delivery guy has picked it up. Okay, so he's on his way, or it is this way. Now, if something is happening that is not as you plan, so we were supposed to deliver tomorrow, but as it is today, it's looking like we'll not be able to deliver tomorrow. Please let the customer know. Communicate to them. Let's the customer not be the one to ask you and say, oh, so ma'am, I just want to check. Should I still expect tomorrow? No, I'm not. Should I still expect it? I'm expecting it tomorrow, right? And you say, actually, we may not be able to deliver tomorrow. It is a turn off. And the customer who has that kind of experience will likely not want to do business with you. I think I also want to talk about how we communicate. So of course, it's online, and you think it doesn't matter as much as I just write the correct sentences or I use the right grammar, but our tone matters too. You know, the customer can't see you. And even when it is physical, we can see you. The way you communicate matters, not just what you say. How you say it matters too. If there is no warmth, so you're responding as if the customer is disturbing you. You're responding with one word responses as if the customer is stressing your life. And it's turn off. Customer just, oh, I think she already has too many customers. And so they just take their business elsewhere. I don't want to keep going on on that particular list. You know, it can be a long one. So, but then, so I know that we have a couple of other things we want to talk about. But that's it. Be warm. Respond to us when we respond to you. Watch what you say and how you say it. Listen to us. If you don't listen to customers, they see you as a problematic business owner, and people don't want additional problem in their life. Okay, yeah, please. I need to talk about this that I just remembered.
Okay.
There's a difference between review and feedback. I see a lot of business owners making this mistake. So I buy a product from you. You've not asked me if I like it, if it is exactly how I want it. The next thing I hear is, please leave us a review on Instagram, or please leave us a review here. So I just go there and I just say, oh, nice, I bought and I got it. Or immediately I say, oh, my product has been delivered. You already captured it. You take a screenshot of our WhatsApp chat and you're posting it on Instagram. Another product delivered, another happy customer. And I'm not an happy customer. You have not asked me first. Do you like it? Is it what you ordered? So make sure that you first understand your customer is happy before you start asking them to leave a review for your business.
Thank you so much. Now I am tempted to go back to a part of the conversation we had on YouTube before coming back on air when I said I had a recent, thing with a customer. And so just wanted to mention that sometimes you need to expressly ask the permission of your customer before you post their reviews or before you post your comment or before you post their pictures. There are times that a person does not want their face. Yes, they were pleased with the what's it called, the delivery, the dress, the outfit. But you need to get their permission before posting and splashing their face on your IG page or your Facebook page saying, a happy customer. I don't want that. And if the person, has posted something or their chat, before you screenshot and put there, please be careful before you are intruding or violating someone's privacy. It's very important because these are the little things that can make a person maybe cancel you or even tell other people not to go to you or
Or
even
maybe sue you.
exactly.
Can sue you.
Thank you very much for that. Now, let's quickly go over
Yeah.
to some of the things or the steps to customer retention. Again, I think you have mentioned some of them as you explained, but for the sake of clarity and for someone to follow one step at the other, now you
Okay.
want to retain your customers. You want them to return, you want them to refer, you want them to recommend. What are the things that you do?
Okay. So like you said, we've covered a couple of them while speaking. So I'm just going to share maybe 3 or 4 in that line. So to turn customers to loyal ambassadors, brand ambassadors, or unpaid brand ambassadors for your business, first thing you want to do is that you don't treat them as customers. This is what I mean. You don't treat them as just customers. So we can get carried away seeing people as maybe another amount that adds to your sales target for the month. And all you want to do is just make good transactions and you go away. So what you want to do is treat customers as people. I love to say this a lot. I've said this a lot actually. Customers are humans first. We are people first. So treat customers that way. Put that customer in customer care, put that care back into customer care, not just customer now. Make sure that you are looking out for how to meet their needs, because that's just the major purpose of business. What you want to first do is to meet the needs. If a business is not meeting their needs, then it's no longer a business. And that is why you would learn to listen to a customer. You want to understand their needs. You want to understand what they need from you. And if they're making a complaint, you want to listen and not just say, oh, well, that thought was not from us. You should check. Maybe it was you. No, that's you already treating them like a transaction. And since the transaction is over, it's over. Bye-bye until the next time, or maybe until never. So first thing you want to do is to indeed be customer-centric, be a customer-centric business that is thinking about how can we do more for our customers? How can we make life easy for them? And so when you are able to do that, customers will see that. They will see that you think about them. And so it gets them emotional. There's something about loyalty being emotional, especially these days. And I think I said this at the last, the first time we had this show, and I said that there is a lot stressing people already. So if you are that business that can stretch out to say, oh, we avoid this we won't have policy that makes customers regret that they do business with us. We'll look at how we can make things easier for them. We'll put this in place, we'll put that in place, then you win people because they will connect to them on another level. So always look out for that. Look into your business. What can we do differently? Is it about our processes? Can we stop that you need to go through 10 steps before you order from us? You go here, you go here, you go here, go here, go here. What can we do? Take a look at your processes and see what you can do to make things better for your customers. When you can do that, I think you've scored the first point. You've been able to connect with customers in a way that other businesses will not do. Most businesses, rather, will not do. That would be the first. And the second is something I've already mentioned. You want people to refer you to other people. Make it easy to buy from you. People would refer you to other people because they love doing business with you. I will not be stressed and then tell my friend or my cousin or my colleague or any loved one to also be stressed. So it is very difficult to do business with you, then people would not, what they would do is to spread negative word of mouth. So make it easy to do business with you, both before, during, and after. And I think I should emphasize that after. And that will take you back to number 1 topic, treating people as more than customers, as more than just transactions. When it is over, it is not really over. A customer transaction is never over. I may be satisfied now, but you also need to know that am I still enjoying it You can follow up later and something that somebody said was working is no longer working. But what you are able to do to offer that after sales service is what you get them to say, oh, wow, I've paid since 2 weeks ago. But then I complained about this thing and they were able to help me and solve the problem. It's not all the time that you need to refund. Please don't be afraid of refund. Once we hear customer complain, you're always thinking of, oh, I don't have any money to refund. That may not be necessary. That may not be necessary. So make it easy. Your processes, your policies, your people. Sometimes it's staff that cause the problem. The business owner wants life to be easy, wants to treat their customers like kings, but the staff are not on the same page with you. Your people, your employees, do they understand why they should treat customers like kings? Do they understand what it means, why that is important to your business? And are they trained to do that? Do they understand what they should do, how their tone of communication, their body language? Somebody is saying something, but you can read something else. They say, oh, you're welcome to the They think you're welcome, but you can see in every way that you're not welcome. Because the language is not welcoming you. So they need to understand all of these things. And lastly, in this aspect is consistent quality experience. Create consistent quality customer experience. This is what I mean. Don't be good today, bad tomorrow. If I had a very wonderful experience today, and I tell somebody about you, and that person comes to do business with you, and the experience is not the way I have and different, I told them about. So I would seem like a liar, and then they would escalate the matter. So see how you can be consistent in your service delivery. What you can do to make sure that if people know us this way, what they can only expect is better. So it helps customers to trust you. I like to say there are 3 levels. Customers buy from you, then they buy into you. I think 2 for this particular conversation. First, they buy from you from time to time. You see someone say, oh, I'm going to the salon, just going to that salon, maybe as a first-time customer or just somebody who wants to use the place. But as time goes on and they have this consistent quality experience, maybe something about the way they do the hair service in that place, about the ambience, about the people there, the staff, something about it, and they keep going. You start hearing the person saying, I'm going to my salon. So they're telling you that place is my home, is my salon. So when it comes to salon, you won't see me any other place. When I say I'm going to the salon, you know it's that place. So get your customers to that point. And it takes work. Be intentional about it. Whatever product or service you do, there is an heart to customer retention. And I hope we've been able to help you find some of the ways you can do that.
With these few points of that, we hope we have been able to convince and not confuse you. Thank you so much for your lucid points as always. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping this conversation up. And if you have any questions or feedback, if there's something you'd like to say quickly, you can get them on WhatsApp. We'll call 01448 9981. Again, WhatsApp is 0809 444 0981. Stay with us.
This is Mr. C, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1.
We are all done. So the last one when we come back is, how can you increase your price without the fear of losing customers? Yeah.
Okay.
For 280 now, I take advantage of hyper bonus from One Express. Now, that's the sound of a busy, big city. A city you build your lifetime upon. But there's just one problem. A critical question you have failed to ask yourself. Why do bad things happen? That's because we live in a beautifully imperfect world of humans. And carefully, but life happens to everyone. To understand how to survive the slippery slopes of life, tune in to the AXA Mounted Safe Cruise on everything insurance that you need to know while your clock still ticks. Get the big picture? AXA Mounted Safe Cruise on Smooth 98.1, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 6:10 p.m.
Hi, my name is Afolabi, and you're listening to Smooth 8.1. Love music, love life.
You're welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, it's now 45 minutes past 11 o'clock, and you have missed out on 45 solid minutes of great information on the art of customer retention. My guest has been someone who takes your customer experience and service from mediocre to magical. She is a customer experience consultant, and she is Temitope Bamidele. Yeah, lovely shirt, by the way.
How did you see that?
I saw it. You can join us on YouTube and see her face as well as the lovely shirt she has on. That is youtube.com/smooth 91 FM Lagos. And you can also share this with your friends and family who are struggling to retain their customers, or maybe you want them to make more sales because Christmas and Thanksgiving will not celebrate itself. You need more money. And speaking about more money, yes, the current economic reality suggests that there is increase in production of almost everything. And because you don't want to run at a loss, you need to increase your prices as well. But how can you do that without losing your customers? So how do customer and or rather business owners do that?
Okay, so I think I'll start from what you mentioned about if you don't want to run at a loss. And so first I would say it's okay right now if you're thinking, oh, I should increase my prices. Please know that you should. You should. If you're asking should we or not, the customers that leave, actually everybody is in this. Everybody knows what's going on. But yes, it's valid. You may be afraid. Well, will customers not leave? But I'll say that there are things to do, and we'll talk about that as well. But if you need to increase it, but you don't, eventually these customers will not even be able to buy from you because you won't have a business to do. So please know that yes, you should. Now, how do you do that and not to lose customers? So first thing I would say is begin to emphasize the value or the uniqueness of your products and services to people. If you have an offline store, you have a working store where people come in, and then they are going, oh wow, it used to be 1,000 before, it's now 1,500. Then coming from this angle that, well, we do not want to compromise on the quality of our products. And so that's why we need to slightly increase the prices so that we still can be able to maybe buy the best quality of raw materials, or maybe still go through 5 stages and again 3 stages that other people go through, or so that we can still have more staff who attends to you rather than just downsize to 3. Let people be able to understand that you just need to still do the best, offer them the best quality that they know you for. So emphasize that quality. It's time to keep talking about your product. What is unique about it? What should we buy from you if you are going to increase the price? Not necessarily I'm not saying to compensate for you that, oh, we are increasing our price, so we want you to know. No, but to emphasize that this is why we are doing this right now. So we understand that, yes, of course, you have to pay more for many things, but this is so that you still get that quality we've always appreciated about us. So that's the very first thing to do. With your content online, with your conversations with customers offline, make sure that you emphasize this above the price. So that helps people to say, well, if I still want to get it, even I know that things have really become costly. So it's okay. Next thing that you want to do is communicate. Don't wait for customers to find out. This is going to be a turn off for me to come, and I already know that this is 1,500 now. Trust me, there are some businesses or some products that have not increased prices. And maybe they have a way or the other to handle it, but they have. So it's okay if I kind of assume if I don't get that notification. So if you can, when you can, please let people know, oh, we have slightly increased the pricing of this product or this to reflect the current economic realities. And also to ensure, I'm giving a business owner a script of what to say to reflect current economic realities and to ensure we maintain the top quality that you've always known us for. So this has happened. Maybe it is no longer 500 naira, it is now 650. If it's a physical store, people come in, let's see it somewhere so that we know. And I have an experience that comes to mind readily now. So I was going to buy something, and because I know the price, that's how it's always been. Even before I left home, I programmed my mind that it's this amount. And then I get to the point of payment, and you're saying, oh, the price has changed. And funny enough, the price tag hasn't even changed, but it has changed on, when you're in the supermarket and just at the pay point that you now have that, they say it's on the system, it's on security on the system. But your system is with you. I don't have access to your system. The person is saying something different. It creates this hair of distrust from customers that you don't want. So just be transparent. Let us know. Everybody is in Nigeria. Let us understand that and we'll adjust as we should. Now, another thing that you want to do, especially to help customers cope in a way to still be able to afford the product in when you need to make maybe the difference is going to be so much, is to see how you can introduce some gifts that can complement. So for instance, I sell makeup product. You buy makeup, you need a mirror. Maybe I say for everything we sell at this price at this time, we had this low cost. Please don't incur another cost for your business. You know, we are trying to save money here, but something that you know, there is a way to appeal to people and they just see that gift and they say, but I like the gift. And so that helps them to not necessarily think so much about that increase in price. Then if you are going to increase price, make sure that your customer service is increasing too, or at least remain the same. So that is not an excuse for us to leave that. Oh, you are increasing your price. You have poor customer service. I'd rather take my money somewhere else. I even go with somewhere where they will charge me higher, but I know that they'll have a good experience. So make sure that if you need to revamp, please revamp. And especially Christmas is coming. Christmas sales, if you have a lot of people shopping from you and you want to retain them beyond Christmas. Many businesses will just get Christmas customers, and in January, they're folding their arms. None of those customers they got in December is returning to the business. Something is missing somewhere. So make sure that your customer service experience is still quality. Either you increase it or you maintain the same, but please, it should not become poor just because you're increasing prices. So that will help to cushion the tension on everybody because, like I said, everybody knows what is going on, but you want to remain in business and put your customers first. So you can follow this. Emphasize quality. Communicate. Don't wait for us to find out. Then see what you can do. Can you pair? Can you bundle your products instead of just singular one? Can you bundle them and say, oh, Temitope bundle? So everything is inside it. And then slight differences. Maybe if I buy one piece, it's 50,000. If I buy this, 25,000. But if I buy them as a bundle, this one will be 49,000. This one, trust me, it's just 1,000 naira. But that difference will get people saying, oh, I think I want that more. I'm spending less. So that's a way for you to be able to retain your customers during this period.
I mean, I'm already looking forward to the next time we will have you on the show discussing one thing or the other. Yes, I know. Yes, the Oliver twist in our skin, not yep. It is always an enlightening time with you. Thank you so much for your time and everything you have shared. We really do appreciate it. For people to catch up with you on Instagram and every other social media platforms you are active on, what's the handle?
Oh, Customer Experience HQ. Customer Experience Headquarters, but we use HQ. It's the same on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
All right, that's the Queen Madam of Customer Experience HQ. That is a founder, and she is Temitope Bamidele. She's a customer experience consultant, customer service trainer, and again, like I mentioned, the founder of Customer Experience HQ. For this video, you will find it on YouTube. And I'd say you share it with your family and friends so that everybody can have a Merry Christmas indeed with increased sales and retained customers. Like she said, you don't want to have influx of customers during this period and then you're losing them in January. Retain them and hold on to them. On that note, it's a bye for now on Office Journal, but of course, more music continues on Strictly So. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure always.
All right, Lagos, Nigeria, and world. Catch you on the other side on Smooth 98.1.
Don't swag. Smooth 98.1.
I love it.